It was like a gut punch. When Gabriel Brown, the reserved, introspective son of Janelle and Cody Brown of Sister Wives, posted a side-by-side transformation pic on social media, fans were floored. He looked like an entirely different guy, leaner, stronger, hardened. But it wasn't the muscle or the weight loss that halted people mid-scroll. It was the pain in his eyes. Because what we saw wasn't just a glow-up. It was grief, etched on skin and bone. And now the internet has something to say about it. Don't scroll away. This is a story no one ever expected. Because what Gabe shared with the world wasn't a fitness thing. It was a loss thing. A loss that remade everything. The passing of his older brother, Garrison Brown, in March 2024 rocked the whole Brown family. But for Gabriel, it blew away the ground beneath him. This is the unseen consequence of heartbreak in a family that once called itself unbreakable. Gabe's before and after photos speak volumes. But behind that bodily transformation is a young man who is attempting to rebuild his life after being emotionally abandoned, not only by a family, but by the father who was supposed to shield him. To the outside world, Gabe was one of many kids in a large, non-traditional household. But from the very first, he was different. Bright, loving, witty, the fan favorite. But as Sister Wives entered its later seasons, something shifted. If you actually watched, actually paid attention, you saw it too. Less camera time, more quiet. Fewer hugs from Cody. More cringeworthy scenes where Gabe attempted to grin through unseen injuries. And then the pattern established. Cody praised Robin's kids, always at her place, always sticking up for her. But around Janelle's or Christine's children, particularly the boys, Cody had drawn a line in the sand. The affection was on terms. The hugs were withdrawn. And Gabe stood alone in the cold. Then the pandemic hit, the ultimate test of family devotion. And Cody flunked, big time. He imposed COVID rules, isolating everyone but Robin's family. Gabe, who was already emotionally on the periphery, was cast out further. When Cody dismissed his father's simple, "I miss you" phone call, he said, just to say it. Gabe didn't become any softer. He shrugged it off. That was brutal. Not only for Gabe, but for every viewer who has ever been dismissed by someone they needed. By seasons 18 and 19, however, it was obvious. Gabe wasn't simply overlooked, he was rejected. On television, nationwide. And the world saw it happen in real time. This was not fatherhood. This was emotional abandonment, televised by TLC. When Janelle and Cody formally broke up in 2022, the final strand connecting Gabe to that broken-down relationship finally frayed. What ensued was a tempest of silence, mourning, and self-reinvention. And now, Gabe's body speaks the words his mouth never could. A tale of being left behind. Of seeing a father play favorites while your own hurt was ignored. Of seeing a brother die, while struggling to live through the emotional residue of a family in shambles. Gabe's transformation isn't all about muscle. It's about grieving. It's about healing without the people who were supposed to keep you together. So here's the question. Is Gabriel Brown the first of the next generation to emerge from the ruins of the Brown family downfall? Or is he just the most public face of a father who left 3 wives and a dozen children to live one ideal of a perfect family with Robin? This isn't merely another Sister Wives update. This is an alarm call to fans who are still clinging to the illusion of togetherness. Because what Gabe just demonstrated was the price of silence, the cost of favoritism, the face of grief, live. For some of the kids, it was a relief. But for others, like Gabe, it opened up a whole new wound. Because no matter how broken things were, he still wanted a father. You could feel the grief in his silence, the weight in the way he pulled back from filming. He started to appear less. When he was there, he was quiet, distant, reserved. You could tell this wasn't a teenager acting out. This was a young man grieving someone who was still alive. Cody, meanwhile, seemed more and more consumed by his life with Robin.